All right, so how to not conk your prefabs with like a ton of objects in Halo Infinite Forge. So I've been working on something the last few days. Oh yeah, the pit road, it's coming along. And if you're taking an object with like a ton of, or a prefab rather, with a ton of objects, and you try to move it, it can cheese a lot of the time, and like all the pieces will get messed up. So show how to avoid that. So first of all, you can keep it prefabbed, you can keep it grouped and move it and have it work. You just have to wait a while, and you don't know how long. Spawned in too. Sometimes that happens. You don't know how long you have to wait. So if you want to know exactly how long you have to wait for the object to be good and like not get cheesed when you're moving it, spawn it in, select it, ungroup, and then we're gonna move it. And at first, I'll showcase like how it gets cheesed. So I want you to pay attention to like see how as I'm going over the different objects, how we're seeing the different like names of the objects in the bottom. I want you to pay attention to that. So I'm gonna move it really quick and see how I'm still focused on the locker, but it's like going through all these different names. It's going through all these different ones, and that one didn't get cheesed too bad actually, but you can see like look at this wall here. Moved it too quickly and it got conked a little bit. Some of these objects got moved out of place. Um, usually, usually after you move it once. Oh, there we go. There we go. So it's just if you're too fast, it can get cheesed pretty easily. So we use this one to show how to not cheese it. So again, just like focus on like the one, like I'll focus on the locker here, focus on just like the one object. And we're gonna move it again, and I'm holding left trigger to move it. And then when we stop, see when we stop, see how it like flickered on the bottom and it went through all those different objects that I have selected. When it's done and you don't see it moving, then we're good. Then we're good. So again, you can keep it prefabbed, and this can work. You just don't know exactly how long you have to wait. So I like ungrouping it so I know exactly how long I have to wait. I know when the object's ready, because it'll save a little bit of time. Also, one other note though, um, there's something weird with dynamic objects in Forge. So like this keypad here, and this soda crate, and this oxygen tank. So it's weird. So I forged all these last night, and the colors were completely cheesed for the dynamic objects. The keypads were all messed up, the soda crates were all messed up, and the oxygen tanks were all messed up. I promise. I promise. And now that I got on the next day, um, with like the same save that I did last night, it's fixed. But just like be aware that the colors might get cheesed on dynamic objects when dealing with them in like prefabs or whatever. But it seems that as long as you like don't touch it when you save it and load the save, it should be fine. But just be aware that it gets cheesed while you're working on it sometimes, so things might look kind of weird. But as long as you have things set how they should be, it should reset. And then also, of course, because dynamic objects can like move and stuff. Like I probably should have made these propane tanks, or oxygen tanks. Freaking Hank Hill. I probably should have made them static because sometimes that'll be like the one object that'll move in this big group. But that was on me. I probably should have just made it static. So again, when you're moving it, see again, paying attention to the names on the bottom. How like when I moved it, pretty far, how it like went through all the names and stuff. You gotta wait for that to stop. When that stops, you know you're good. You know you're safe to stop moving, and prefabs or your group of objects is good, and you can leave it. You can place it, and it's fine. So that's how you know. This one needs to be a little bit. Actually, the other one's a little too high, I think. So this one's actually fine. We'll leave that, and then when you're done moving it, and you think you have it in the spot that you want it, just prefab it back together. So that's what I found to work. Again, you can leave it prefabbed, you just need to wait. I just like doing the ungrouping because then I know exactly how long I need to wait for it to be, for all the objects to be like in the right position. So again, like for example, I'll keep it prefabbed here, and obviously that wasn't long enough, so this is going to be, yeah, obviously that's going to be pretty cheesed. Now I'll spawn another one, and I'll keep it prefabbed, and again holding left trigger because I'm moving it. And let's just say I'm gonna leave it here. I'll wait a few seconds, and we'll let go, and it's fine. But again, if you ungroup it, then you know exactly, because again, see there, it'll start going through all of them. You'll know, right? See right there at the end, how it just like machine gunned through a ton of the objects, and I know I'm good. So again, you can leave it prefabbed and just wait. I like doing the ungrouping because yeah, it takes a little bit of time to ungroup, but I think that I'll save time in the long run, knowing exactly when the prefab is good instead of just like guessing. You know, if I'm guessing, I feel like I'll wait too long. But yeah, so anyways, that's how to make sure that the big prefabs and stuff don't get cheesed. Hopefully it works for you. I haven't had too many problems with it so far. But yeah, hope that helps.